for. So I want to just say thank you for being available to serve to Central Court. Thank you. I don't know if you have any other question.
I would have a minute. I would have a question. What made you want to be part of this board?
When I was asked about, I've been working in Central Falls for a number of years. It's just the fact that we have this philosophy with our clubs, like, no, we say no to no one. So if a kid shows up, they want to participate, we figure out a way to do it. And then this provides me with another avenue to actually be able to do that, whether it's the wrestling, track, or whatever the situation is, we'll absolutely be able to do that.
Thank you.
And for context, for my colleagues, so I've known you Dean for a number of years now, almost 10. What you've done with Providence County Wrestling Club is amazing. I want you to talk a little bit about the girls program and the international wrestling opportunities that you've provided to our youth.
I need it. In Rhode Island, in wrestling in Rhode Island, it's been a struggle because we had to, here, especially here in Rhode Island, we've always had a number of girls that wanted to wrestle. The hard part is that in many situations, they have to wrestle against boys. And one of the things that came very clear to me that at some point, it's not a fair situation. So we created a situation where we travel to all these other states and find opportunities where they would wrestle against girls. But through that, our girls were already being successful here. Like they were like in every situation, whether middle school, high school, they were at the top of their tier in those situations against boys. And then when they finally had the opportunity to wrestle against girls, they were killing it. It was absolutely, we've had a ton of our girls go through our program, end up with college scholarship, full college scholarship through wrestling, which is like an amazing thing. On the international side, my heritage, I am Cape Verdean and Native American. I had an opportunity through a good friend of mine to bring wrestling to Cape Verde, and we have been developing the first ever national team for Cape Verde. And we have gone to Morocco, Egypt, and a bunch of other places where we've gone to African championships and have taken several medals, gold, silver, bronze medals for Cape Verde in wrestling with some of the athletes that are living here in Rhode Island but are of Cape Verdean descent. And now we're at a point where we actually are at the final stage of creating the first wrestling federation in Cape Verde, which means that in 2028, we would have the first representation for Cape Verde at the Olympics.
It's incredible.
Amazing.
Amazing. Thank you, Eugene.
Anyone else?
Eugene, I just checked the resume, because without the resume, can you imagine? But no, I think you do an excellent job, and very impressed resume.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. So my colleagues, if anyone have any comment or question for Mr. Eugene, I need a motion to approve. Councilman Solano made the motion. Councilwoman Rosa Martinez second. With that say, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Thank you. Congratulations.
The next item on the agenda is consideration of appointment by Mayor Maria Rivera of Dominga to Mayor of Central Falls, Rhode Island, to the Youth Opportunity Council for term to expire April 1st, 2028.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. We now have for your consideration Dominga Taveras as a parent representative on the Youth Opportunities Council. Dominga is a decades-long resident with deep roots in Central Falls, where she proudly raised her family. She serves many of our families through her job at Progreso Latino and remains deeply connected to the needs of our community, both as a parent and as a health advocate. And we know that she will contribute great insights to this board. So we thank you in advance for your consideration, and Dominga is here to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you. Hello, Ms. Dominga.
Hi, everyone.
Good to see you here. No, I want to say just thank you. We know you from a year here working in the community of Progreso Latino with different families. You have to meet all age people there, youth, elderly, mother, fathers, everybody. I know you are very great asset for this board. Thank you for being available to keep continue to serve the city of Santa Cruz.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Anyone question or comment from you?
Dominga. I know Dominga from here, and I remember that I knew Maria since I was like 5 years old. Even though I was that, but
No
anyway.
time ago.
No, Maria, brother, you're excellent also. I just found out you're certified in safety, I didn't know that. But no, I think you're for that position.
Dominga, thank you so much for saying yes and for stepping up as the parent representative on the Youth Opportunities Council. You're obviously committed to the city through your work in Progreso Latino, raising your 3 children here. I am gonna ask you one question, and it's, what's one thing you're looking forward to bringing to the table for this council?
Well, I have a vast experience in the community. I know the community because I raised my children here, and I work very close with the school department. So, and I think I can combine everything and bring to the table a lot of good ideas.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, have any question or comment from you, Dominga? I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Councilwoman Luz Martinez made the motion. Councilman Solano second. With that say, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is consideration of appointment by Maria Rivera of Emily Flores of Central Falls to the Central Falls Youth Opportunity Council with the term to expire April 1st, 2026. Sorry, I missed
That is one time he said.
at the very bottom, I apologize. Consideration of appointment by Mayor Maria Rivera of Candy Vicente of Providence, Rhode Island to the Central Falls Youth Opportunity Council with the term set to expire April 1st, 2029.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Clerk. We now have Ms. Candy Vicente for consideration of appointment. Candy is our beloved Deputy Director of Parks and Recreation, and she connects with and serves hundreds of youth annually through Parks and Recreation programming. From our snow shoveling program that employs youth through the winter to our summer food service program and everything in between, Candy works very closely with our youth in Central Falls. And we know that her insights will contribute greatly to the Youth Opportunities Council. And so we thank you in advance for your consideration. And Candy is here to answer any questions that you may have.
Candy, welcome to Central Falls City Council. I want to say thank you for saying yes, because I know you have many work to do with Parks and Recreation Department and constituents. We have different many recreation events within the year, program like the Youth Snow Shoveling Program, the Summer Lunch Program, many more events the city have. I know you are busy, and thank you for being available for keeping yourself in this board. I appreciate it, and I know you really do a great job in the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, Cody, question or comment from you, Vicente?
Just for context, if you recall, the Youth Opportunities Council calls for representatives from the school district, the Department of Parks and Recreation, and or the library, and I'm very excited that Candy will join us. Who better than the people closest to the work, and as Councilman Rivas mentioned, you already do a lot with the youth.
Well, I'm hoping to start like a new journey as far as, I know that we already have like our snow shoveling program, we have our summer program. Like you mentioned, we have events where I'm interacting with the youth all the time. So I'm trying to bring to the table everything that I already serve to the community, just bringing my knowledge to the board and any knowledge that I can, input as far as what I have learned, and also having kids myself, I feel like I have a lot of knowledge that I can provide to you guys as an asset.
Yeah, and one of the things, is that, or the intent is to also identify gaps, which I think will be really it'll be really beneficial to have you on board, because then we can see, okay, what is the city doing? What are other organizations doing, and how can we collaborate and figure out how to fill those gaps? So thank you.
You took the word out of my mouth. I think that's how it was, I'm like, fill some gaps that
Yeah.
I'm already doing. Right, so you-
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, I have a question from Vicente. I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Councilman Casaria made the motion, Councilman Pereira second, with that say all in favor say aye.
Aye.
On approve, congratulations.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is consideration of appointment of Mayor Maria Rivera of County Flores as Central Falls to Central Falls Youth Opportunity City Council with the term to set to expire April 1st, 2027.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. So our final mayoral appointment for your consideration tonight is a very exciting one. We have a young resident of Central Falls, Miss Emily Flores. Emily is a student at Blackstone Academy Charter School, and she is engaged in her school and community at large, and is eager to take this step to represent her young peers in Central Falls and represent them on the Youth Opportunities Council. She is a bright young lady with a wonderful future ahead, and we know that she will serve us well on this council. So we thank you in advance for your consideration, and Emily is here to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Chair. Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to the Central Falls City Council. I'm happy to see youth like you be here to keep working for the community, and that's very good. I like what you are on board. I want to contribute to the community, and we need more youth like you open to keep serving to the community and to the Central Province welcome aboard. I know my colleague will approve this appointment, and thank you so much. Any other colleague have question or comment?
Emily, thank you for saying yes. You're clearly very involved, and this is a time commitment, and it's so nice to see a young person wanting to commit their time to know each other a little bit. Yet this, you prove to be really impressive, that you have a lot of energy and love for this community, so really excited to have you as one of the appointees. And I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked everybody except Eugene. What is one thing you're looking forward to bringing to the table for the council?
For the team to stay connected in the community, to more connecting, and for them to feel like they are respected and welcome, and for them to feel like they belong.
Amazing. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I just want to thank you, Maria. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Do you have any more questions or comments? Any motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Luzon Bartoli make the motion.
Second.
Councilman Peguero second. You can say all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
The next item on the agenda is Department Financial Reports, March 2026. City Clerk's Office, Department of Public Works, Code Enforcement, Fire Department, and Police Department. Next item on the agenda is new business. It's a public hearing pertaining to the Central Falls Police Department 2024 application for Jagbird grant funds. Police Department here?
Council,
Good evening, how are you?
the police department. The JAG grant is in the amount of $25,000. The JAG grant is going to be used for computer server upgrades, the ongoing cost of our firewall protection. The department also is in severe need of battery backups for its terminals within the department, and also a standard Wi-Fi upgrade that we need for the system. So the $25,000 will definitely be put to use immediately, and we look for the council's support in this.
Thank you. Anything?
Council President, you have to open a public hearing.
Yes. Let's go hearing. No? No one? Okay. Okay. So what do we do? Who you close?
Public hearing is closed.
Yeah, I close. I open, I close, yeah. Close.
I'm gonna need a motion.
Okay. Any motion?
I'll take the motion. Sorry, I apologize.
May I, ask the mayor one question?
Yes.
Just when you are thinking through what to apply for, like what does that process look like?
It's usually the colonel, members of the command staff, getting together and looking for the department needs. And that's not just year to year, it could be a 3 to 5 year goal. I'd love to be standing in front of you and saying, hey, we just got a $250,000 JAG grant, but I would say that was impossible at this point. It's just basically looking forward, as past generations have in the department and future generations will, to the ongoing needs. Technology is everything. When I got on the police department in 1997, if we got a new typewriter, it was a great thing. Now I have officers that don't know what a typewriter is. So the ongoing, especially with this day and age where we have more and more departments, police departments, fire departments, other city, local governments who have been victims of malware and ransom. Obviously upgrade our security to make sure that that does not happen to us. So we've been very lucky. We team with CMIT, who is our contractor, very knowledgeable company. All of our computer needs. And these are things that we've sat and talked to them about. It's like, what do we need to do to make sure that within the next year, 2 years, what should we be doing for our computers? Just to make sure, because obviously, when I got on, there weren't computers in every one of our cruisers. We have to worry about that now. We have to worry about the air cards. We have to worry about the security of those. It's not the old days where everything was set in one room. We have one backup. We have backups. Our regular servers within the police department. We have no set of backup servers of the DPW department, just in case something happens. And that's all to make sure that our security is intact.
Thank you, very helpful, Councilor.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is City Council sitting as Board of Licensing Commissions, hearing and consideration of additional license. We have an amusement and entertainment per diem for Ms. Maria Helena Lopes for the Cornelia de Lang Syndrome Awareness Walk. Ms. Lopes is here.
Hi, Maria. How are you? Congratulations. Oh my God, 1 more year. I can't believe it, right? I'm flying. Very happy to see you keep doing this, I have just one question, Maria. Why the role did you want to use this year? The same role this year?
Yes.
Okay. Do you provide to the clerk the role for they know exactly where you need? Yeah, you did? Perfect. Just want to clarify because I don't want to get, in the end you have any miscommunication with that one. Perfect. Congratulations, you can count with me. Anything you need, we're here to support, okay? You're welcome. Anyone else?
But it's gonna end that Maycomber again?
Luigi? Mr. Clerk, do you have the paperwork?
We do not, because the parade license is usually issued by the clerk's office. This is just for entertainment because she's going to have music and a microphone
At the site.
at the site.
So this is different than actually walking?
Right, because that's a parade license, that's already been approved through the
Oh, okay.
clerk's office.
Okay.
This is just simply for the entertainment because she
Okay,
wants to have.
okay, we got it.
Okay,
Perfect.
that makes sense.
Thank you for clarifying.
And so where is the event taking place exactly at Maycomber?
I don't have that information in front of me.
This talking
In front of
the
them?
baseball
Oh,
field?
okay.
Okay, perfect, I got it.
That makes sense.
Okay, the Pierce Park.
Pierce Park,
Uh-huh.
there's just no,
Okay, perfect, thank you.
yeah, it's not.
Any other question for me?
No, I think you've done this for many years now, right? We know what to expect. You're very organized, you do a great job, so.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. See anyone have any question or comment?
Raise your hand.
I need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Rosa Martinez made the motion, Councilwoman Baena second, with the same, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion
Passes
thank you.
6-0. Next item on the agenda is a petition to Central Falls City Council on Mr. Jose Lima, doing business as Lima's Place, 499 High Street, Central Falls, asking for an extension on the liquor license.
Hello there. Yeah, I have some application last year of, I started some motivation, so I couldn't finish it all because my mother passed away. And also from me, with the placement, so I think I'm really behind it, and I'm not here right now, so I usually get my extension to complete it, what I started last year. But that's all I need.
Okay.
And the baby, the next year, anything of interest or interest.
Okay, first, my condolence for your mom was away. I'm so sorry. Okay. Anyone have anything for Mr. Lima?
No, I think the reasons are very reasonable.
Yeah.
As to why you would ask for an extension, so I would make a motion to grant the extension.
Anyone, before I make the motion, anyone have comment? No? Okay. With the same, Councilwoman Baena made the motion, second. Councilman Solano second. With the same, all in favor say aye.
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 Mr. President, how long is the extension?
Sorry.
I would say a month.
Month? 10 days?
Rather government at least.
How long do you think?
How long do you need?
Well, I probably need
60 days?
60 days or 45 days.
Okay,
something
60
like
days for now with
Yeah.
the clerk.
that. And then see what's happening.
Yeah, 60 days, and see if not, you can come back to
Thank you so much.
request. Okay? Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Mr. Giovanni Carmona, doing business as YRP Properties LLC, 63 Hadwin. He's also asking for an extension of the liquor license.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. Cremona, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, you have any holiday for us?
No, just asking for the extension.
Any reason for why did you go this?
Yeah, the new norm is aquatic equipment and appliances, but there is a hard deadline, trying to get it done by the World Cup, so I'm trying to get this done as soon as possible, so I just need several weeks.
How long, maybe 30 days?
No, I usually ask for 3 months, but I'll be done before that, so if I finish before that, to come on you guys and notify you that I'm done, or
Zero.
If the World Cup's in 2 months, so I would
Yes.
ask for a 2-month extension, and as soon as you're ready to go, you just come see the clerk and you get your license.
Okay.
Thank you for your comment. Okay, we want to extend for 60 days, okay?
Okay. Alright.
All right, with that said, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Councilwoman Baena made a motion. Councilman Pereira second, with that said, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved for 60 days.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is scheduled bills and hearings and their consideration. A resolution honoring after-school professional appreciation week, April 20th through 24th, 2026. Councilperson Baena.
Yes, thank you. So this is my yearly, after-school professionals appreciation week resolution. As I always mention, we know that our school time programs are not just an extension of the school day. They're, critical, very critical support system to our youth and our families. Our after-school professionals create safe, structured, and enriching environments. A lot of their work happens behind the scenes, and so this is a way to recognize them more generally. It's also directly connected to the work that we're doing through initiatives like the Opportunity Council that we just nominated some folks, or appointed some folks to. And so, again, this is a small way to recognize and thank those who show up for you every single day.
Thank you. All right, with that said, anyone want to add something, or if no, we need a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Councilman Solano made the motion, Councilwoman Cruz Martinez second, with that say, is the clerk roll call?
Councilperson Diana,
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian,
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa,
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez,
Yes.
Councilperson Solano,
Yes.
Councilperson Rivas Lugo.
Yes,
Motion passes 6-0.
thank you. Yes,
Mr. President, it looks like there's 3 members of the public left who have claims. I don't know if you want to maybe take them first and then go
Okay.
back to business.
absolutely. So, to move, right? Oh, no.
You can do it without objection.
Okay, all right, perfect. Mr. Clerk, please we can move the claim before, after continuing with the resolutions.
Moving to the claim, we have hearing and consideration of claims, Ms. Nikari Nunez of Central Falls. She hit a pothole and is filing a claim for $574.82.
Hello, Ms. Tunes.
Hi,
How are you?
I do not know, this is the first time I do this, so I apologize.
Welcome to Center for City Council.
Thank
That's
you.
your home.
Yes, so essentially do I just give you like the rundown on how it all happened? Okay. This was in March 5th, around maybe like 7:00 p.m. I was driving on Lonsdale Ave towards the direction of Burger King. It was kind of rainy that day, so it was hard to see like potholes, and I'm right, very good care of my car, so I pull over when I see one, but unfortunately because of the weather and it was just the conditions, I did see a pothole that ended up causing my tires to pop. I ended up having to stop at Burger King where the air finished, coming out of the tire, and I just noticed that it also scraped my rim. Coincidentally, it just so happened that there was another woman there who also hit a pothole, and the tow truck driver was already there helping her out, and he was nice enough to switch my tire into the donut that was in the backseat of my car. I did take the vehicle to get the new tire and the rim fixed at the new car Toyota in Albro, which is where I originally got my car from. What other information can you?
I see here the invoice total is $384.80
Plus.
plus the 175.
179.99 for the rent. Yes.
Okay. For the whole job, right?
Yes, that's the 394 was for the job, the tire, for the job, for the tire, and the 179 was for the rent that they were paying.
Okay, thank you so much for clarifying. Since it's all right, we have the maximum for $200.
Yeah, Mr. President, I have 2 things I'd like to say to the council. First is, there's been quite a bit of confusion about Lonsdale. Who's in charge of potholes on Lonsdale? So the answer is that the city is in charge of maintaining Lonsdale merges with Dexter. And then where Lonsdale merges with Dexter, through the Lincoln line is the responsibility of the state. So this pothole cleaning happened in the area where the city is responsible. So, number one. Number two, it is subject to, there's a state law that says all city and towns can't pay out more than $300 per pothole clean. That's something that we can't change, it's state law.
Thank you for that context. I saw in the police report that you were referred to Rhonda. It seems like, Owen was responsible, so that's helpful, thank you.
Yeah, they said I had originally reached out to them, and then they sent me an email to come here instead.
Thank you. Right. How the city should say, we don't have, we can pay over $300. I made the motion to pay to her $300, the maximum that we can do. Okay, thank you actually for the inconvenience. I need the motion.
Need a motion and a second.
Okay, I need the motion.
I'll make a motion to pay $300 for this claim.
I'll second.
Councilman Casares made the motion. Councilman second, with that say, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. We'll be in touch with you once the check's cleared. We'll just help you.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Mr. Isaiah Fosnay of Central Falls. He also hit a pothole, and his claim is for $407. Mr. Fosley?
So, false.
Fosley?
False. F-O-S-T.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, thank you. You can explain a little bit.
So pretty much, kind of the same thing that just happened with the previous person. I was on my way to Berkeley. I live on Grand Street. So I went down Grand Street to turn onto Lonsdale Ave, and it was raining as well. And I hit a pothole and popped my passenger front and rear tire at the same time. And there was actually somebody else in front of me that had their hazards on, and then I put two and two together afterwards. They probably hit the same pothole. But I just drove it home because I live right. And I had to put the spare tire on, leave the front side on the jack, and then take it to Firestone, pay for it, and then bring it back home, the two tires, and bring it back home.
All right, thank you. How this issue is mentioned before, we have the maximum for this situation. The maximum is $300. We to for the community, we want to, working with the approval for the $300. Any motion to approve the $300?
Motion.
Councilman Solano made the motion. Councilwoman Cruz Martin second, with the second in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Passes 6-0. We'll also be in touch once we have the check ready for it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Council President, I don't see the other two individuals that are listed next, which is Mr. Ian Rourke and Mr. Keith Keenan. But Mr. Joshua Reyes of Central Falls is here. He also has a claim for pothole with the damages of $1,691.84.
Do we have to make a motion to table?
To table for the next meeting?
I think if you take the claims that are here and go back to
Okay.
business, it's wait and see if anyone else
Okay,
comes.
perfect, sound good. Okay. Joshua, come on. Hello, Mr. Reyes, why, welcome to see the first results.
Thank you. I need to worry over a similar case, but similar to the last two cases, I also had pothole wounds that I had on March 8th at 9:30 in the morning. And then I also took my call to Firestone to claim in that this was a right that we could do, and this was actually a review process, so.
Thank you, I know you claimed a little bit high, for the other
Yeah, I
ones.
wasn't sure if that was a claim, but I just worked under that was paid for, so I just think it's,
You want to add something?
No, the law department reviewed the claim and we would support paying the maximum of $300.
How we mentioned before to the other claims, the maximum is $200. If we can assist you with this 300, sorry for the inconvenience for the rest of the money, but that's the rule we need to follow. Thank you.
thank you all for
I-
your time.
I need the motion to approve the 300 Commission. Councilwoman Zaina made the motion, Councilman Peguero second, with the say, all in favor say aye. Thank you, sir.
Motion passes 6-0. Same thing, our office will be in touch.
Thank you so much.
Next person, Baroni. Police Evader.
Council President, we can now go back to the order of business. The next item on the agenda is item B, resolution recognizing Earth Day, April 22nd, 2026. Council President Diana.
Thank you. So this resolution recognizes Earth Day and the importance of environmental stewardship at the local level. If people are interested, April 18th, thanks to the Parks and Rec and Constituent Services and Health Department, we have the Earth Day here in the city of Central Falls. I just want to highlight the work that's happening here. There's partnerships with Brown Rhode Island and other organizations to expand green spaces and engage residents and sustainability efforts. And so, yeah, I hope to have your support with this resolution as well.
Thank you. Did anyone have any question or comment for the resolution and the motion to approve? Councilwoman Rosal Martinez with the motion, Councilman Peguero second, with the same roll call, Mr. Clerk?
Council President Diana,
Yes.
Council President Kazarian,
Yes.
Council President Peguero,
Yes.
Council President Rosal Martinez, Council President Solano,
Yes.
Council President Rivas Lugo.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is a resolution recognizing National Volunteer Month, April 2026. Council President Diana.
Thank you. So, this is to recognize the incredible role that volunteers play in Central Falls, with a city that, doesn't have all of the resources that we deserve. We do have a lot of people who are committed to our community, who are, putting in time and effort, in different capacities. As we know, volunteers are often the backbone of the work that's happening in our city, even if they don't always get recognized. So this is just about acknowledging that impact and expressing our appreciation for the individuals and organizations that continue to show up for our community.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Anyone have any comment? If no, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Rosal Martinez with the motion, Councilman Solano second, with the same roll call, Mr. Clerk?
Council President Diana,
Yes.
Council President Kazarian,
Yes.
Council President Peguero,
Yes.
Council President Rosado Martinez,
Yes.
Council President Solano,
Yes.
Council President Rivas Lugo.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is a resolution recognizing Financial Literacy Month, April 2026. Council President Diana.
Thank you. This one is a bit personal. I think that, when it comes to financial literacy, not everyone has the opportunity to learn about finances or money, or understand how money works. But financial literacy is more than just understanding that. It's about creating opportunity, stability, and long-term economic mobility for individuals and families. I think I saw, and I don't want to say the wrong date, but I think I saw that the city will be doing a financial literacy workshop for residents, and so that is, really appreciated. I had the opportunity to learn about finances through college, right? Finance talk can sometimes be a little taboo, right? People don't want to talk about their money. In families, you don't necessarily want to share how much you're making or where your expenses are and stuff like that. So, it's about recognizing all of it, and we have seen important progress at the state level with the financial literacy requirements in schools, but we know that there's still some work to do. I mean, even here, we've done participatory budgeting, and it's just important to continue that work. So it's just, continuing to build awareness and access.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Any comment on the resolution? If no, I need a motion to approve. Councilman Peguero made the motion. Councilwoman Rosal Martinez second, with the same roll call, Mr. Clerk?
Council President Diana,
Yes.
Council President Kazarian,
Yes.
Council President Peguero,
Yes.
Council President Rosado Martinez,
Yes.
Council President Solano,
Yes.
Council President Rivas Lugo.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is a resolution honoring National Minority Health Month, April 2026. Council President Diana.
Thank you. This one is very fitting considering that just a little while ago, we had a training on Narcan and substance use. Health is more than that, but my goal was to highlight the importance of health equity in our communities. And, we know that health outcomes are shaped by, or are influenced by housing, education, income, and access to resources. So this resolution acknowledges the work of community organizations and healthcare providers who are actively working to close those gaps. And it reinforces that promoting health equity requires ongoing collaboration and intentional investment. So I appreciate your support on this final resolution.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Any comment for this resolution? See if no, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Rosado Martinez made the motion, Councilman Solano.
Councilperson Diana?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Councilperson Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is a resolution in support of reform legislation, House Bill 7911 and Senate Bill 3012. Councilperson Perry by request.
Thank you. Mr. Freddy is not here, but
I can speak to this, Council President. So, this resolution came through the League of Cities and Towns. It's supporting legislation that would have an outside entity take over the city's recycling contract, saving the city hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. And other cities and towns are doing the resolution. And it doesn't look like the legislation is going to pass this year because there's a study commission with the DEM looking at it, but I think it's on a path towards passage next year.
thank you. 300. Any comment, question for these? See if no?
I do have a question. The solicitor, how would the program be paid for if the city is not paying for it?
It's a program called Extended Producer Responsibility. The theory is the brands that cause the litter in Rhode Island, so think like cereal boxes and the beverage containers like Pepsi's and the Nabiscos, they have to put money in a pot to pay to then recycle those items. So the money moves from public sector to private sector.
Thank you. The other question I had in reading the resolution was recycling refund program. Is that similar to like what Massachusetts does with their bottles where you would get 5 cents a bottle?
I think so, but I think the State House folks were looking to Oregon because Massachusetts, I think, has been looked at as not a very successful program. So they looked to Oregon as a model. That's pretty much all I know about it.
That's a helpful context. Thank you.
Thank you. 300. Right, with that said, with the question answer, in the motion?
Make a motion.
Councilman Solano made the motion. Councilwoman Rosado Martinez second. With the same roll call, Mr. Clerk?
Councilperson Diana?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez? Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Councilperson Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is a resolution in support of the 2026 Central Falls Legislative Agenda, House Bill numbers 8300, 7461, 7454, and local control. Senate Bill numbers 3087, 2087, 2226, and local control. Councilperson Perry by request.
Thank you. Mr. Perry is not here, but about it, 300 can clarify.
The first thing, Mr. President, I would say is we now have a House bill number for the city local control. When I wrote this resolution, we did not have a House or Senate. So if you wouldn't mind entertaining a motion to amend the resolution to include House Bill 8429, which is the rep to all the local control number.
All right. 849, is it? You know.
So just be a motion
Yeah.
to amend the resolution, and I can speak to the resolution.
Yeah. Need a
I'll
motion?
make a motion to amend the resolution to include House Bill 8429.
Receive, who second?
Second.
Councilwoman Diana second. The same, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Roll call? Roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilperson Diana?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Councilperson Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
So, Mr. President, this resolution before you speaks to the legislative agenda of the city and the State House. Obviously, the bill that we just spoke to is a top priority, which would delete in its entirety the state statute granting the commissioner and the Board of Education the absolute authority over Central Falls schools, and would end the longest takeover in American history. As part of that legislation as well, it speaks to how the stabilization fund is funded. Right now, it is very much a patchwork. We never know how much money is coming, and this would be formulaic and predictable, and important for the district to know how much money is coming each year. This was worked out in a study commission involving the city and the state, RIDE, the governor's office, the League of Cities and Towns, and they unanimously, by a vote of 7-0, endorsed this pathway forward. And so I think it's a very good sign that Rep. Giraldo's bill, one of the co-sponsors was Speaker Shikarchi, and Senator Acosta's bill, one of the sponsors was President Lawson. So we're hopeful that all the oars are rowing in the same direction, and we can get this done for July 1 implementation date. Similarly, the second piece of legislation has to do with the fact that you all last year approved a similar resolution for $15 million. But because of price upgrades with the track and field at the new high school, along with construction price increases at the new pre-K-8 Rice School Academy School, we probably are gonna need 5 or 6 million more. I wrote the words 25 just so we wouldn't have to come back a third time if we need to go up to 25. But that being said, this does not mandate Central Falls to issue $25 million in debt. It just gives Mary Signer the flexibility to go out to market if she needs that flexibility. And then finally, the last two bills are the Wyatt pilot bill, which you all have looked at every year for the last 4 years. It would just say that Central Falls should be eligible for the state pilot reimbursement program because of the fact that we host the Wyatt prison. Cranston receives a large check in the mail every year because they host state prison. We don't get that same check even though we host the Wyatt prison. This would fix that, and it would bring about $300,000 a year to Central Falls in revenue. And then finally, this is a bit duplicative because Councilman Baena had already done a separate resolution on it, but we wanted to give it additional recognition as a top priority for the city. And we kind of went through this when Councilman Baena's resolution was heard, but basically the way in which RIDE calculates the number of poor children we have excludes undocumented children, and so we miss millions of dollars in revenue a year that we should be getting because we have poor children who are undocumented, and this would fix that.
Thank you, Solicitor, for the information. All right, any comments or question for this?
I have a couple of few clarifying questions, Mr. Solicitor. So for the 25 million bond bills that you mentioned, can you just clarify, so if last year we did a resolution supporting a $15 million bond, and this year we're doing a resolution supporting a $25 million bond, is this an extra 10 million, or are we saying this is an extra 25 million?
Yeah, good question. So the last section of the bill says, upon the effective date of this law, then it says last year's law, which is S-674, is hereby superseded and shall have no further force or effect. So this 25 million will nullify the 15. The end effect is it's 15 plus 10 equals 25.
Okay, that's helpful. But ultimately, because of prices, we're a bit over budget.
Correct.
Than what we expected. Okay, thank you, that's helpful. The other question I had was regarding the Special Joint Legislative Commission bill. Good to hear that there's a bill number for the House one. I've followed along quite closely, partly because I'm also on the Community Advisory Board, and just because I'm really interested in this. And in one of the testimonies that was provided to the commission, the mayor mentioned a 1% tax increase specifically dedicated to education, but I've sort of, when I inquired about it, I don't know that it's been the like same language across, so I just wanted to ask for clarification around what, if any, percentage went into the bill, so that, you know, when people ask, because they have been asking, like, what does this mean for my taxes, right? We understand and we know, like, what the bill is and what the impact will be for the community. And also just clarity around whether it's an actual tax increase or a percentage of previous year's tax levy that will be put, because both have been sort of used, but I don't think that they're the same.
No, they're definitely not the same. It's funny because ever since they passed that tax levy law, there's been confusion about, like, is this a tax increase or a tax levy increase, and what's the difference? So, yeah, the bill says it's a 1% tax levy increase. Now you may say to yourself, well, that sounds like a tax increase. Well, it doesn't mean a tax increase, so I'll give you an example. So this year, let's say our tax levy is $16 million. That means there's $16 million of real estate that we can tax. If this affordable housing development, and that development, and that development come online, we now can tax more property. So our tax levy naturally increases by, say, 2%. We didn't raise taxes on anybody, we just have more to tax. So what this says is 1% of the tax levy, which can be increased automatically through development, or it could be increased through increased values of the properties in the city going up, or it could be increased by a tax increase. But there's no mandated what shall it be. It's just the city has to put in 1% of the tax levy to fund the schools.
Got it. And so like I can explain that, but there, I know the questions will still be, so which one are we going to choose, right? Because there's so many options. And I know it might depend. It might differ year to year if we, you know, if it naturally increases because of more property to be taxed, or if it naturally increases because property values went up, or if we decide to actually increase taxes. Those are three different options. Do we know sort of in the foreseeable future when this takes place on July 1st, assuming that it passes, what the thinking is in terms of how we will apply it for at least this coming budget year?
Yeah, what I would say is, like, think of this like a collective bargaining agreement, right? So like when you have the union contract come before you, there's a certain dollar amount that you gotta pay for what's in that CBA, right? And so this is kind of a proposal which requires you as the council and the mayor to pay about $160,000 a year towards education. Now, under 1.6 million. So it's significantly less than what the law requires CF to pay. But what, you know, as you know from being on the board, the idea was to staircase in. The city can't afford to go straight to almost $2 million a year. So presumably the next month or two, there'll be a line item that says education funding, $160,000. How you choose to fund that or explain that is, I think, up to the mayor and the council, but it'll be a line in the expense section of the budget.
Thank you. And my last question is, do we know for how long? And or is it like indefinitely? You know, I'm assuming, but I don't want to assume that, you know, it will be to get us to the 1.6 million at some point. I'm assuming it's going to compound. But again, those are my assumptions, so I want to just have clarity on it because, you know, like, is it indefinitely that 1% of the tax levy is put towards education, or what happens when we do finally, if we ever get to the 1.6 million? Like, just kind of thinking through that a little bit in terms of timeline and time frame.
Yeah, it's a good point. So I think you could have had a statute that says do this every year for 20 years, which is, I think, what certain people wanted. They wanted the number to get a lot bigger. But everyone got kind of creative and came up with two ways to deal with that. One, Randy Rossi from the League of Cities and Towns found that there was a fairly large unallocated surplus. So instead of forcing more money, the city had to pay like upfront, the city may not have, the district is gonna put in some of that surplus to match the city's contribution, so that we get higher faster. That's not gonna be a burden on the taxpayer, it's money that's already sitting in the bank account, unused somewhere. And then two, there's a mandatory reset in 5 years. It'll be in 2031 or fiscal 32, where all the parties have to sit down and say, is this working, or should we tweak it, how do we tweak it, etc.
Thank you, very helpful.
Thank you, Sweet Solicitor. All right, with that said, need the motion.
I'll make a motion to pass the resolution.
Councilman Casares made the motion. Second, Councilman Pereira second. With that said, Mr. Clerk, roll call.
Councilperson Mena? Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Councilperson Vidas Silva?
Yes,
Motion passes 6-0.
thank you.
The next item on the agenda is an ordinance amending Chapter 10 Building and Building Regulations, Article 3, Flood Prevention, Section 10-243, Applicability, Introduction. Councilperson Kazarian by request.
Yes, Council. You want to speak? You can. Okay, I was just gonna say that this amendment is just to update and to comply with the current,
It's just an introduction.
introduction is just to comply with the current National Flood Program guidelines.
Thank you. This introduction.
Just introduction.
All
Correct, with the same, the motion. Oh, it's not, sorry.
We got it together.
Okay.
We got it.
Next item on the agenda is an ordinance regarding appeals of municipal housing court, second reading. Councilperson Rivas will go by request.
All right, thank you. You want to add something, Solicitor? All right, with the same, second.
Open the public hearing.
Thank you. Are we getting close? No, I really are we getting close? Okay, perfect, thank you. Anyone have any question or any comment about this ordinance? See if not, I need a motion.
Make the motion.
Councilman Solano made the motion.
I'll second it.
Councilwoman Gustavo Martinez second, with the same, roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilperson Mena?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Councilperson Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda, hearing and reconsideration of claims. We have Mr. Ian Work, Cumberland, pothole damage, $189.72. Mr. Work is not here.
He's not here. Okay, we got that one for the next meeting.
Council President, we would ask if you could bundle C, D, and F as those individuals are not here.
Absolutely. Yeah, if they're not here, we can take ready for the next council meeting. Thank you.
Make a motion to table. Collectively.
Councilwoman by a motion, Councilman Pereira second, with the same, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passes.
Motion passes.
Now I need a motion to adjourn.
Mr. President Pro Tem, there's one council rule that allows us to express personal opinion or to talk on personal opinion or expression. I would just like to say something, if you'll allow it. It was a message from a resident that we received, and considering the majors here, well, first I'll ask you if I can.
Council President, we still have other
Oh, I thought you were.
claims. No, we only tabled C, D, and F.
Okay.
We do have G through
G and K.
through K, I believe, is still going through.
Sorry to weave our way through these claims, Mr. President, but I would ask if you could bundle G, H, I, and J, and refer those to the trust.
Absolutely, thank you for the recommendation. Yes. And the motion for recommending this.
I would make the motion to bundle and refer them to the trust.
Councilwoman Marina made the motion. Councilwoman San Martin second, with the same, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion
Motion
passes.
passes.
And then, Mr. President, the last claim, which is item K, I would recommend continuing this to the next meeting, and in the meantime, asking the clerk to get from the resident the amount of the claim, because I couldn't find.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Cesar, thank you. We can table that one for that, Mr. Clerk, so you can request these two persons to provide the amount for the claim to this council. Thank you. I need a motion?
Make a motion.
Okay, I'll second.
Councilman Solano made the motion, Councilwoman Marina second, with the same, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Now, Councilwoman.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So, I just wanted to share, we received a message from Mr. Gary Tate, and he wanted to formally commend Captain Craig Beans, Sergeant Omar Ospina, and Detective Mark Fenway for their professionalism and excellence. According to Mr. Tate, these officers recently assisted him with a non-criminal administrative issue, and in today's turbulent society, their conduct was a breath of fresh air and a clear reflection of the high standards that Colonel Roberson has instilled in the department. And he just asked if we could publicly acknowledge their hard work and dedication at this council meeting. So that's why that's why I wanted to speak, and thank you for recognizing it, and just wanted to formally congratulate them, and maybe Major Carroll can bring them back. So,
I will tomorrow morning. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, thank you. All right, that's
Next item on the agenda is adjournment.
yes, I need a motion to adjourn. Councilman Figueroa made the motion.
Second.
Councilman Solano second, the same. We conclude 7:12 p.m. Thank you, everybody. Good night.